like it doesn't obviously didn't like match anything, but I can like change the colors and stuff so that it matches more of like what's in the environment. Um, with the photo colors. So like that's like a non-issue. It takes a minute for it to think, but yeah, something like that would be nice. To kind of add more movement, zoom out a little bit, and kind of think about like what's the focus here? Is everything kind of going back to her, or am I like what's like what are we doing here? So yeah, it could be something like this, where it's like the hand-drawn ones are like in the background, but then we have all like the individual ones up front. Um, that's something to do. This one looks kind of nice too. This one cannot be edited, so probably just make a couple of these. And anyway, yeah, something like this I think would be nice. Doing a couple of edits. Um, and I'm gonna say it's that simple, but can be a little nitpicky with this kind of stuff. Now, I'm not in any kind of like animation software or nothing. I'm just simply using like static stuff from Canva. That's really pretty. And it, like photo bashing this stuff in pretty much. So I won't be doing any animations with this one. It's simply a like photo bashing. Yeah. And you can always like check to make sure that these are like commercial use. You can do like the filter stuff. They're free, they have pro, cutouts only. So yeah. Sometimes with these, like all you have to do is just make edits to them, and then other times it's like they want you to you can just use them straight up. So like obviously I want this to like blend in with everything. I don't want it to be super colorful. Like I want it to blend in. So I'm going to be doing a couple of changes here so that things like look better and they blend in a bit more. I really like these flowers actually. I think I want a couple more of these. Make sure they have the right thing being duplicated here. Oops. If it's like invisible or something, like sometimes you have to like go out of the app and come back into the app. Um, and have to like leave the app and come back. Sometimes it does that. It's not always like super leave the app for a second. Okay. I have like less than 30 minutes left to finish this collage. Jeez, okay. Let's get back to it. I don't know why it's doing this though. Okay. Okay, so looks like a little bouquet, which is fine. I would actually really like something like this for her earrings. I think this look beautiful. So I'm definitely gonna scale these down, zoom in a little, and just really like add these in. These look great. Looks great. Like little details like that can look really nice. So I'm thinking that these could be like either flowers on her dress or something. And you remember the kind of style thing that we did before? I could like come back in here, and whenever these apps load, I could change the style. I could change the style of it. So I'm gonna try to do that. Okay. Yeah, like the screen texture or the other texture. Like, let's try the screen texture again. Um, and see if we could do like the corduroy or like the other one, and see if that. So I'm selecting my image to apply the effect. To come back and add it again. If that's not working, then maybe I have to do it again once I've flattened everything down. That could be the reason that it's being a little weird. At any rate, stuff like this is a lot of fun to keep going and adding other kinds of like textures and stuff. I don't know why this one seems to be a little weird. Like nothing's like down or anything and it's selected, but it could just be that it's just, my iPad or whatever. I'm gonna add some more on her shirt because I think this looks really pretty, and instead of it looking like a little too goofy, I could like scale it down a bit so that it looks more natural on her. And then kind of like, okay, now these are. I guess it takes a minute. I don't know why it does that. Canva can be kind of finicky. Um, with things. Like sometimes it'll do you want it to do, and then other times it won't. It can be really obnoxious. It can be really annoying. I don't like it very much. I did not want that. Okay. So I think this looks nice this way, like it looks good. Um, these flowers, maybe because they're so big, this could be like a bouquet or something. Maybe I can flip it and we can just have like a bouquet. Like maybe it's like a party or something. So something like that. The other thing I like to do, because in the interest of time here, I like to add pearls. This, I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is Niambe. I don't know if this is Yamaya, if this is just a random carry chick. But let's say this is, another, like Mami Wata or something, like, let's, uh, let's make her look good. Let's add those pearls. So I like to go into photos. I tend to find nicer pearls in photos. And again, it has to think a little bit before it can do anything. That sounds like one of my favorites. Okay. So I like the colors of these. So I want to change that to something nicer. So I like to put pearls in the hairs, specifically with like the Mami Wata because I think it looks nicer. It kind of makes them look very like regal and very elegant. So I add pearls in their hair. Um, like again, I don't know if this is one of the Mami Wata girls, but it could be one of the Carrion girls that just wants to have that kind of look. She wants a look. So these are graphics, these are photos. Pick whichever one looks better to you, and ones that you can edit as much as you can. Um, like this one, I can't really edit, but all I can do is resize it, so that's okay. So like I said, I wanted a couple like pearls. So I zoom in, and I just want like in the eyes this really cute pearl detail because I think it looks nice. It adds a bit of, you know, sparkle in the eyes. Yeah. And so now, because again, this is Cowrie, Cascadia, I want some waves to kind of represent like the rivers and things like that. So I'm gonna go into here. I could say graphics or I could say photos. It doesn't really matter. And let's see what it gives us. Wave wise. Mm, this one's a little too abstract for me, but let's see if we can use that. Stroke weight would have to be the outside border. This would be very interesting, actually. This is kind of like that interesting aesthetic. So I would like to position this between, I think, a frame. Yeah. And, you can make it smaller, you can, whatever. But I think something like this looks interesting. It adds, like, visual interest. I don't think I can change the weight of anything here. I think it's just stuck the way it is. So what I would like to try is adding, let's go into adjustments here. Let's like change the tint a little bit. feels different, add a bit more brightness. It might take a moment for this stuff to show up. To like give it a minute. But I want the contrast up on here. I want it to be just a little bit brighter, not too much. We don't want it too crazy. A little bit more vibrant, a little more saturation. Texture wise, I don't need to change anything there. Um, yeah. And then temperature, I can make it colder or warmer. I can't, it takes a minute for to like kind of see it, but yeah, I think that looks good. Um, and I would probably add another wave. And what I like about this, you get like the topography line corner, right? You can start, you can add it to a folder. So I like to make folders specifically for, I'll make another one. Um, like washi tapes or something like that. Cause I like to treat this as like a washi tape kind of deal. And so, yeah, and I like the magic recommendations too, because sometimes it recommends stuff that I wouldn't have thought of before. Like now that I'm looking at all this kind of would be nice to put this here somewhere. So let's see if this can go somewhere also without like overpowering everything else that's here. Like maybe it can add a little different. Like this is like mark making, right? Like this is the part where I'm making some marks. Um, maybe I want something a little more like different, a little like unique or whatever. So this is the mark making start part of it, and then I want to go into this temperature thing and mess around with the temperature a little bit. Maybe make it a little warmer. I don't know. Play around with some contrast and stuff. Maybe not highlights, but just something. And then like I like to do some textures, right? Like I'm adding textures, so let's see if I can come back to the screen tones and see if it can do anything for me. And it looks like I can change the color on this a couple times. I don't know what it's going to do. Let's see. I don't think it did anything at all, actually. Yeah, it didn't do a damn thing. I mean, it did a little something, right? Like it a little texture, but you can't see that, and it looks weird, right? So like, apparently I can come in here and I can change aspects of this like a little bit. So I might, you know, a little bit of blue in there or something. And again, I can come back in here and I can change the transparency. I think I just want something that adds a bit of volume, if that makes sense. So maybe this comes from her thing here. I don't know. Let's go into the adjustments layer. Do a little bit more weird stuff. I don't like that color. It looks too faded. I want it to be um, well, I guess if it's coming from the crystal, then it's gonna like do that. And then I think with this, I'm done. I think with this, I'm done. I feel good about it. I know it just disappeared on us, but it's right here. Um, and I think, you know, could even look good in between. But I have to leave the app again because it's kind of getting weird. I have to leave the app and come back. I think I would like to move this off the page just a little so it looks like, oh, like it's flowing away and flowing out of her as opposed to just like not at all. Great. Okay. Um, that's kind of it. I think the last thing I would like to do is add like a paper texture. I'm thinking specifically to the bottom one. And so, a way that you can do that is you go to texture. You need to like let it think for a second. So back into textures. Has to think about its choices in life. Um, Let it think for a minute, and then I'll decide on which one that I think works well. And our time is almost up, like 11 minutes left. So, all right. So I clicked smooth canvas. It's gonna like add it on. It's gonna do some stuff. We'll see what happens. It has to think. Is it done thinking? Nope, it's not done thinking. Okay, it's still thinking, which tells me that perhaps this was a bad idea. Um, or maybe not a bad idea, but it it like may take a bit more time. So let's just save it and let's see what it did. I don't I don't I don't think it did anything like in a second. So let's see what it uploads. Let it think as well. It needs to also think. Is this what it gave me? Is this the texture? I guess there's texture on here. I don't see it. Okay. I don't think it understood what I was asking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get watercolor paper texture and we'll see what it comes up with. It also has to think because I wanted it to give me a textured paper. So like when you're prompting Canva, the simpler you can ask it stuff, the better I find. And you don't want like it's not Chat GPT, right? Like it's going based off what it already has in its database. You don't want super complex stuff. Okay, so this looks fine. Like this is adequate, right? Okay, so this is the paper. I don't like this color because it's way too washed out for me for what I'm doing. So this is fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this somewhere in between this one and this one. But I like that. So now you can kind of see like if you add it, does it add anything? Not really. It may not be the right texture, but you know, it adds something that I think it looks like interesting in that way. And another thing I wanted to add that I didn't add yet. This looks great, actually. This is probably a nice example. It's like a front texture. Something that kind of like gives it a kind of washy feel, like a bit more dreamy of a feel. So, you know, something like this could be useful. Um, Maybe even underneath the art, and then we kind of go in with this sort of like texture, and we kind of think a little bit about like how it plays with everything. Yeah. So you think you can't draw in um, Canva, but you can. There's all types of little tools in here. The colors and stuff aren't like super sophisticated, so don't think you can do what you could do in like, you know, other stuff. But it's rather good. So I like to come in here and adding little things like I would if I was in Procreate. Because I would like so maybe that's not the right color, right? Like maybe it looks a bit too washed out. So maybe I want something a bit more saturated with a different line weight, and maybe I want more transparency, and maybe I just want a little something to kind of give this something else, you know what I mean? Like some more mark making, you know? No, like Canva is not meant to be used like this way. I don't think it has the capacity that other, you know, ones can do. So I might even have to just go in and do this in Procreate. But what I'm trying to say is like when you do stuff like this, then you can start to be like, oh, okay, like now because we're adding mark making, I can do more stuff. I would probably rather do this in the other software because I don't think it's gonna give me like the kind of look that I want. But for like something basic, I think it can look rather nice. Um, there is an erase feature that you can like remove some stuff, like different elements. I'm not gonna do that because I think this looks okay. So anyway, that's what this looks like. I'm gonna go back into and download this as a JPG or PNG. Yeah, PNG. I'm gonna download it. I know it says Untitled Design. It's alright. It is okay. It's still thinking about its life. So when it's done thinking, uh, retry. Alright, right on time. And I don't have to finish this tonight. Yes, I can do this like tomorrow. It's always an option. But I am just waiting at this point. I'm almost wondering if I make it into a JPEG. if that'll help. I think it's like doing too much. Like it's thinking too hard. Taking too much time. Oh, we have a new subscriber, two new subscribers. Thanks, Deanna and Brent, for subscribing. Awesome. Thank you, thank you. Okay. If this doesn't want to do what it needs to do today, tomorrow I'll get to finishing adding little edits, but this is basically what it looks like. Um, this is like the kind of final illustration. There's some things I want to fix here. Like I want the texture on these flowers to kind of match things a bit better. So, so I wanted to um have more textures and things, but for the most part, this is kind of it. So thank you for watching. I will get the big side of me here. Thank you for watching. I am. Oh, it's done. Okay, great. So save the image for now. But thanks so much for watching. Uh, my name's Nakia Shade. I'm a Hollywood trained. I've been taught by Larissa Brown, who is a Nickelodeon Disney fine artist. She has a new book out called Blake Laser, so definitely give Blake Laser a read if you haven't already. It's a great young middle grade um, graphic novel, and it's a fun ride. It's a fun ride. There's space. It's about family. It's about like coming of age, confidence. It's great. It's a great read. I highly recommend it. Um, and I'm also a Dark Horse Comics author and artist. I'm a collagist, so like you just saw, I make the iPad digital collage, and I'm creator of Song of Wata. So that's on this YouTube channel. You can listen to that on this YouTube channel. It's totally free. I also have some greeting cards as well that I sell on my TikTok shop. So if you ever are like, hey, I want your art in my house, then you're in luck because I have these greeting cards. They're art cards, they're greeting cards, they're manifestation cards, wish cards, prayers cards, affirmation cards. These are of the main characters, Sela, Niambe and Sela. Niambe, the older sister, she's a griot, and this is Bean, she's one of the goddesses, and this is one of the like chill apothecaries in the city of Cowrie, which is based off of the Pacific Northwest region. Cowrie, Cascadia, and Cecilia. She's the pirate. So yeah, and in all of these cards, there is a message on the back, so you can get a pack of 8 and has your messages. And then on the inside, they are completely blank, so you can uh, write. So you can write your manifestations or your prayers or your affirmations or your wishes or your greetings inside a card. So yeah, these are my TikTok shop that are really great price right now. So you can